Well, we're backstage at the AIIA Awards here this evening with Murray Hurps. He's the Director of Entrepreneurship at UTS. He's also a board member for the AIIA and he's a former CEO of Fishburners. So he is perfectly positioned to talk to us about entrepreneurship, particularly in the IT space. Now, Murray, in the last, say, 5 to 10 years, how have things changed for small business and IT?
A lot. Without being too silly about it, I was running a startup for 14 years, effectively mostly from home, because all of the employees we had were overseas, all the customers were overseas, all the investors were overseas. And you couldn't walk out and find a place like Fishburners or Stone and Chalk or all of these hubs that we have now for business in Sydney. You couldn't find other people doing the same thing around Sydney as easily. You couldn't have all the accelerators and very visible venture funds that are now all around the place. I am very jealous of people that are starting companies today compared to 20 years ago when I was starting. I think things are changing wonderfully in the right direction.
Question for you, being so involved in this particular space, do you think government, in particular around the NBN, has kept up with the demand? We always hear about Australian companies being so innovative and so forward-thinking. Compared to the US, we're always told we are such adopters of cloud-based technology, for instance. Are we keeping up in terms of policy? Do you think there's a lag?
In terms of NBN, I really wouldn't want to be the responsible minister for NBN because you're in a no-win situation. Either you're forgetting regional Australia and all the people that need the support, or you're not satisfying anyone because Australia is a massive place with a really distributed population. So I'd say the opportunity in connectivity is to say, here's the best connectivity in the world, develop the things that will service the world in future, and make sure those are Australian companies, the kind of new VR technologies or movie streaming or whatever else. We didn't do that, so I think we've missed that opportunity in having a very particularly good internet for people that need it, but I think it's just a side effect of living in a country the size of Australia. AIIA, now you're on the board for that. Why is it important that these awards exist? Isn't it just another way to sort of pat someone on the back that's doing something interesting with an app? What's the purpose of these awards? That's the point exactly, that in Australia we're very, I think, reluctant to pat people on the back or to even receive praise publicly. And because of that, our children, our students don't see that as a career opportunity for them. We need to show that wonderful things are happening here so that people that aren't doing something wonderful yet might do something wonderful, and people that could be supporting these wonderful things are able to engage and support them as well. So we need, especially in Australia where we're very humble, kind of private people, we need to put this on a pedestal and show there are amazing things in Australia after all.
There's quite a number of stands out the front there that are doing really fantastic, interesting things with IT that touch a lot of people's lives, not just in the space of digital technologies and innovation, but actually in everyday living. Is that one of the things you're proud of with the AIIA Awards, is that you find ways that people have their lives changed through this technology?
Yes. So I was talking to one contender outside, Bindi Maps. They're all wonderful, obviously, but Bindi Maps is trying to allow accessibility indoors for people with vision or other accessibility requirements. And you look at that and think, okay, that's billions of dollars in potential market, but you're also improving the lives of millions, hundreds of millions of people around the world. That's a wonderful thing. I think innovation can make the world a much better place, and you can have prosperous Australian companies as a result. So yes, they're wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here with Small Biz Matters. We're very excited to be at your event, and congratulations for putting on such a fantastic spectacle. We hope that the event goes well for you tonight, and we'll hope to see you in the future. Thanks, Murray.
Thanks very much.